Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Anthony Hendrickson. Great to see you again. I just wanted to kind of touch base and go through a couple of things like I usually do on the weekly basis. But last week I kind of touched on jump starting things and kind of looking at where you're at. Everyone makes New Year's resolution. By the time you're over halfway through the year, most people not even a thought anymore. So I touched on that last week, and then this week what I want to kind of talk to you about is, do you ever kind of feel like you're a little bit over it? You ever feel like you're in a rut? So it's exactly what I want to share with. If you feel like that, I'm going to go over a couple of things that I use to try to help on that. So once again, this is Anthony Hendrickson, and thank you so much for tuning in. A little bit of burnout can happen to us all. Whether if it's a new habit that you started, that New Year's resolution, it could be a job that you've had for years, and right away the initial excitement seemed really great, and then pretty soon, you kind of feel like you're in a rut. Well, what do you do when this happens? Next time you start to feel a little burnt out or like you're in a rut, feel free to go through this video or check out my blog. These are the tips that I've put together over the years. Number 1, give yourself a break. Repeat after me. It's okay to take a break. Now, even though you want to be, you can't be firing on all cylinders all the time. If you do this, for sure you're going to burn out. So make sure that you give yourself a break every once in a while. Give yourself a chance to recharge. After all, you do deserve it. So make sure you give yourself that time and think about it. If you don't think about it, it's never going to happen. Number 2, master your time. Managing your time can be so important when taking care of any type of task. So what I always recommend is batching. So try to leave it different time frames. Let yourself know, schedule that time out, something like 2 or 3 hours for phone calls, and then just get them all over with throughout the week. Or another one that I like to do is even video batching. That's one that I find very powerful. And there's all kinds of different things. So if you can batch something, I would recommend doing it. That way you're not stopping and starting, and once you're in the flow, you can just continue with it. So I find that is one of the easiest ways to be managing your time. Number 3, reach out. Chances are you're not the only one in your community that feels like you might be in a rut from time to time. Like I always say, find that community, whether if it's a Facebook group, a local group, whatever you want to do, but that community is key. So reach out. People are more than willing to give you a hand, and I know it's not always easy to ask, but other people feel like they're in a rut too. So I always recommend reaching out is one of the most powerful things that you can do. Number 4, switch it up. Try something new. If you're doing the same old boring workout routine and it's just not doing what it used to do, switch it up. Try something new. If you have that New Year's resolution where you're supposed to be eating better and it's not working, well, go out, find a couple new recipes, make it a little bit more fun. I find that there's just little things that you can do with these same habits that we do every day, but if you just do little tweaks and switch things up a little bit on the daily, sometimes it can make it that much more enjoyable, or just start that habit a little bit better. Number 5, remember your why. Always remember your why. So whether if it's a hobby or a job or something that you used to be passionate about and you're just not that passionate anymore, stop and think why you originally started with those things. What made you happy and why? This might just get you back in the same mindset that you were when you once started that, and then rather than being something that you have to do, it's something that you want to do again. And now you know exactly why you used to do it. So once again, this is Anthony Hendrickson, and these are my 5 tips that I just wanted to share with you, a couple things that I've put together over the years. If you ever feel like you're just a little bit over it, feel free to jump back in here and refresh this stuff, and these are just a couple things that I use that help me on a daily basis when you just need a little bit extra. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching or listening. I hope this content has helped you in some way. Maybe it motivated you, maybe it inspired you, maybe it actually triggered something in your head to make you get out of that rut or get out of your own way. Maybe it simply entertained you. I'm just an ex-service industry guy who, once I decided I didn't want to live in that fast-paced life anymore, decided to go my own way. I felt like I was out on an island. Everyone who I'd known for years suddenly wasn't around, and it was a whole new feeling. After spending tons of my savings, going into deeper debt, I realized that it was really time for a change and there's something I need to do about it. After being at a mental rock bottom, I decided that I had to pull myself up, do something different, and that's how I got into the world of marketing. Now, I've been almost 2 years removed from the corporate life, and I've never looked back. If you want to follow me on my journey, or connect later on or in the future, or even if you just want to follow me, you can either find me at my blog at askanthonymarkhendrickson.com. Once again, that is askanthonymarkhendrickson.com. Or if you're watching this video, you can click on the link below. Once again, I'm Anthony Hendrickson, and we'll see you on the inside. Okay, bye-bye.